Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books. Well, Chris Hemsworth has had it with Thor if it's gonna be Goofy. He doesn't want any more Goofy Thors. This is coming from an article in Comic Book News. Chris Hemsworth done with Goofy Thor and Taika Waititi. It sounds like the actor isn't too thrilled with how Love and Thunder ultimately turned out. The movie did make some money, but it had a high drop-off, and the treatment of the character Thor is not something Chris Hemsworth is very satisfied with. This actually reminds me of another story that we did recently, the Blade story, the woke Blade having to be rewritten. The director who walked away from it, Kevin Feige, wouldn't agree to any changes with the script. So Bassam Tariq walked away and said, hey, I'm not making this movie. This is kind of the first things I'm starting to see about how Marvel talent are saying, look, we're not going to just do anything you put in front of us. You've got to put good things in front of us or we're not going to do it. So that's a good thing because there really have been a lot of disturbing changes to Marvel's character universe. And to see talent saying, hey, wait a minute, I got a life to live here. I'm not going to be doing this unless I think it's actually good. That's the first pushback I've ever seen. So I think it's really notable. Let's get into this article. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up when you like it. You guys have been great. The channel's growing. I really appreciate you. If Chris Hemsworth returns as Thor, the actor wants a new version and doesn't want the return of the Goofy Thor that was a huge bust in Love and Thunder and maybe even director Taika Waititi himself. While speaking with Vanity Fair, Hemsworth makes a point of stating he doesn't want to work with any more mad geniuses. Where, worth a mention, is that the last two out of these three movies of his do fit that description, with Taika Waititi, who directed him in Love and Thunder and Ragnarok, and George Miller in Furiosa. Quote, he's just at the point in his life, he says, where he's meeting with different actors and people, and they're saying, oh yeah, look, he's a mad genius. He's mad, but he's a genius, and he'll make great films. And Hemsworth says, I'm like, is that who I want to spend my days with? 4 months, 5 months of shooting, and then you've got press and possible reshoots and so on. What kind of Thor does Chris Hemsworth actually want? Chris Hemsworth is also asked about his future as Thor, responding that he doesn't know and says, I think there'd be more to say if the people want to hear me say it. It's pointed out that at the end of Love and Thunder, they said there will be more Thor, but Hemsworth says he wants a different approach to the character. Quote, yeah, I think they always do. Look, I'm completely open to it if there's something unique and fresh and unexpected to do with the character and the world. I've always loved the experience. I've been very thankful. I've been able to do something different each time. And there's that very strange director, the mad genius. Does Chris Hemsworth want to stop playing Thor? Hemsworth even went so far as to state he wouldn't mind seeing his name as Marvel's God of Thunder come to an end. Quote, yeah, for sure. I feel like we'll probably have to close the book if I ever did it again. You know what I mean? Reveals the actor. I feel like it probably warrants that. I feel like it'd probably be the finale, but that's not based on anything anyone's told me or any sort of plans. You have to have the birth of a hero, the journey of a hero, and then the death of a hero. And I don't know, am I at that stage? Who knows? Chris Hemsworth wants a drastically different Thor. Chris Hemsworth also said more of the same about a new direction for Thor while appearing on Josh Horowitz's Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. Quote, you look at Thor 1 and Thor 2, they were quite similar. Ragnarok and Love and Thunder are similar. I think it's about reinventing it, explains the actor. I've had such a unique opportunity with Infinity War and Endgame to do very drastic things with the character, and I enjoy that. I like keeping people on their toes. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me invested. Hemsworth continues, I've said this before, but when it becomes too familiar, I think there's a risk in getting lazy. Then because I know what I'm doing, I don't know if I'm even invited back, but if I was, I think it would have to be drastically different in tone, everything just for my own sanity, he says. Thor lost his mind in that last one. He's got to figure it out now. Hemsworth also reveals he's taking a big break following getting warned about a possible future Alzheimer's diagnosis. I did hear this, and I was wondering why he made that announcement about the Alzheimer's diagnosis potential. Because he doesn't have a diagnosis of Alzheimer's, but he announced that his doctors have told him he has a potential proclivity to develop Alzheimer's in his family. But the thing is, even that messaging is not really clear. And I don't think it's a good idea to announce that you might be in the future getting sick with something. He can run his own life for sure. It just seems to me a little strange that, he's got to put that out there, because now people look at him like maybe he's sick. But that's not the case. He's not sick, but he might get sick. So why do we know this? Because he made the announcement. So tell me what you think of that in the comments below. Do you think he'd be willing to play another Goofy Thor, or do you think he wants to see the character die? What's your take on all that? I don't know. I mean, to me, I think it is mostly very interesting that Marvel talent is starting to say, look, we are not going to continue with just doing whatever you ask us to do. We think it's got to be good, and it's got to be unique, and it's got to be different. And it's great to see the pushback, because look, just whether it's Marvel or whatever the brands are or whatever the work environment is, people should always be pushing each other to do excellent original work. And they need that over at Marvel really badly, so hopefully that happens. Let me know what you think of that as well in the comments below. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.